Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another amazing Python algorithm. So in this video, we'll actually be seeing another problem like how you can check whether the given string is a subsequence of the plain text alphabet. So yeah, this could be another like a tricky question that you might have been asked in some of the interviews. So let's just see how you can basically do that. Before that, obviously, I do have to explain like what exactly are we talking about in this video. So let's just see that. Alright, so let's just say I have two string of alphabets right here. So as you guys can see, this is number 1, this is number 2, right? So I have two different strings of alphabet. So yeah, over here, like, as you guys can see, these are basically different strings or different characters or different alphabets. So there is a basic difference in both of these strings, right? So as you guys can see in the first string, so we do not have any alphabetic sequence or alphabetic order in that. First is written A, then we have W, then G, then B, then T, then O. So these are all like random put together. Those are not like in sequence at all, and those are not like in kind of an order at all, right? But as you guys can see in number 2 string, so we do have a sequence, or you can say a sequential order in this string, right? As you guys can see, like after A, so we do have D, right? And after D, we do have F, then we have the sequence of K, O, Z, right? So like those all alphabets are in sequence, right? Unlike in the first string, like W is coming before G, obviously that's not how alphabetical sequence or order works, right? So these are basically the main difference between two strings. So now what we're going to do is we're going to basically write a code that will help us do that. We'll basically tell the code to, help us find alphabetical sequential order or sequence in a given string that will be inputting through the code. So let's just see how basically we can do that. All right, so here is the Python code for that purpose. First of all, you can see we have defined is sequence function over here, and in that we have few of the arguments as sub and sequence. So these are basically two arguments that will be requiring for the given code. So what will the sub index do? Sub index is basically gonna help to track the sequence characters. So whatever characters of string, like whatever alphabets of string you're gonna put into the input, so that will basically, sub index will basically help us track that sequence character. So it will basically tell you that whether you have a sequence in that or not. Okay, so that is the main purpose. And in that, we have for loop added, and we have if and else statements. Obviously, there must be some conditions, so there are. So he's saying if sub index is smaller than length sub and character is equal to sub index, so sub index plus equal to 1. So obviously, we do have a limitation. We need to keep that in mind. We need to make sure like our string has some limit, right? It should be below 26 characters. Like as you guys can see over here, this is the length of our string. It should be equal to 26 or below 26. So that's exactly saying. So if sum index is smaller than length sub and clear, then it sub index will be incremented plus 1. And if sub index is equal to length sub, and it will break. So these are basically two conditions. And it at the end, it will return sub index is equal to the length sub and whatever the character we're going to put. So it will be incremented, or you can say it will be tracked by the sequence characters. And next we have the alphabet. So he has provided alphabet as A, B, C, D, E, F, G up to Z. Then we have the input string. So this will be the input. It will ask you to enter a string, and whatever string you will be entering, so that it will tell you like whether it is in sequential order or not. So if is subsequence input string alphabet, print the info alphabet sequence of the alphabet. So if the input string is gonna be in sequence order, so it will display this message. Otherwise, it will say it is not a subsequence of the alphabet. So yeah, let's just now try to run this code and see what exactly is gonna happen. So yeah, first of all, it's saying enter a string. Let's just enter a random string over here. First of all, try not to be like in a subsequence order, in a sequence order. I'm just gonna hit a random string. It's obviously, as you guys can see, it's not in a sequence order. And if I'm gonna hit enter, so right away it's gonna say the input string is not a subsequence of the alphabet. So let's just try once again. So now I'll be taking care of the sequence. So let's just do that. I'm gonna type A, F, H, J, L, T, U, Y. Alright, so as soon as I enter the string with a subsequence, so it's showing right away that the input string is a subsequence of the alphabet. So yeah, that was basically the main purpose of this code that it has done for us in just few minutes. So yeah, I hope you like this mini algorithm or mini tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye bye.